Welcome back. Today I'm dressed as a homeless person, and that only means one thing. I'm gonna start working on this car because I got the part. As you can see, I have the strut, and this strut is like that. It's bent, and that's why this tire is pushing on it, and I don't even think this tire has any air in it. So I'm gonna take the wheel off, lift the car up, bring some tools in, and I'll start taking the strut off, and then putting this on. But I'm not gonna put everything back together because this car is gonna be taken up for parts anyway. So I might as well just, when I'm taking stuff, put it away. But I want to see this car sit on all four wheels and not like that. So let me get the parts and get started. So here's the aftermath of the accident. This is the original strut. It's either the bolts on the top broke off because it's moving around, or someone already worked something on it. This was supposed to be a place that holds the end link. It's also broken off from the strut. There is a hole over here, if you can see it, and the whole thing is cracked. So yep, this thing would not be repaired. And plus this damage over here, it pushed the door that way. There's a crack over here as well. So yeah, if anyone will tell me that, oh, you're taking apart a perfectly good car, no. No one would have worked on this car ever. So yeah, let me try to figure out how to take this strut off, or if I would need to get a new knuckle and just replace the whole thing. Well, for that I would need to wait and see. So let's try to get the strut out of it first. Okay, so I was able to find that these bolts are really missing. Someone did take this thing apart, and I don't know where the bolts are, so I'm not going to be able to fix this car today, but at least I'm going to try to take the strut off. Okay, I'm going to try to hammer this thing out. I cannot hammer the knuckle down because the knuckle, well, this strut is not holding to anything, so it's not going to hold up. So my only way is to smash it up. Let's see how that works. Alright, so after hammering for quite a bit, the strut is almost out. I'm just gonna smack it from the back. Nope, doesn't go that way. Step on top of it. Yay! Look at that. Whew. This is crazy. Alright, now let's take a closer look at these two parts side by side. So this is a brand new one. I got it from the dealership. It's the OEM part. Paid $310 for it. Usually they go for more. I found a good deal. I guess this is like a speculation, because I did hear this thing that dealerships, when they hold parts for too long, they just sell them as bulk. Sometimes they put them on eBay for a lower price. So that could be why I got it for cheaper. So maybe in the future it will be even cheaper than this. And this is the old one. The part numbers do match, although they're just scratched and you cannot see much. And just look at this, how curved it is. Bent into the creased over here and then over here and there. There was supposed to be a bracket that holds the sway bar link. Completely broke off. Yeah. Well, now I'm going to take the strut, the spring out of it, and all the other bump stops and the top piece, because the new one doesn't come with it. And I have this handy dandy tool. Well, it's upside down. That's going to help me do this stuff really easy. Because as you know, doing this bolt removing this bolt is really not that simple, especially installing it back. Luckily, this whole thing is now bent so much that there is no tension in the spring. I can actually move it with my hand, so I can do it with my without doing the compression in the spring. If you would do it and this spring still had tension on it, you would have to have a special tool to compress it. I ordered it. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive yet. I have another one, but I don't want to scratch the springs. So I'm just going to remove it and fit it into the new one for now. And once I get all the other stuff, because I do need to have bolts to hold the strut from the top, which is not here. And I do need to fix this steering rack. As you can see, it's in a U shape. That needs to be straightened out. Other than that, it all looks pretty fine. And oh yeah, this thing, I need to replace the this end link. It's not enough that it's broke off, it also bent over here, so that's also not great. Luckily the axle is straight, at least for me it looks straight, and looks like the sway bar is also straight. So yep, this thing's actually, like, look at this. This is pretty cool. It's hollow inside, so it's all made for lightweight. I thought that the fender was here as plastic because I found this plastic piece, but I was mistaken. It is metal. Okay, so let me get to work on disassembling that guy. But maybe I should get lunch first. So I'll catch you when I'm going to disassembling that guy. And wanted to show you this set of tools that I bought, which will be really great for this application. So here what we have. From the top, 1 second. From the top we have a hex. So let's take a hex that looks like it's gonna fit. Okay, this one fits well, and it is a 1/2 inch. Now the outside, let's see if it's at 19. Nope, not 19. 21. 21 is it. Now this will go on top of it, and I can use this to go, well, it's actually supposed to go this first, this on top, and I'll be able to remove the nut off of that thing. Just I need to have a tool that's gonna be sticking up here. And yeah, the link to this tool you will find in the description below. Right, so I ended up taking the breaker bar because I don't have much. And this is awesome. Here's the nut, here's the top piece, the piece that goes under it, and the spring itself. Ta-da! Now let's get the new piece in. First that comes out. To remove the bump stop. Okay, how does this thing come out? So this came out, putting it in here. Supposed to click to something, I'm not sure. Okay, then the bump stop goes on top of it. Okay, now they have to put a spring, and it goes in a specific orientation. Okay, let's do like that. If it is correctly positioned, I'm not sure. And now this piece has to go one way. Which way, I am not sure as well. I'm just using the marks on the thing, but it's rotational, so it should not be a problem. And now this thing should be on top of it. Yeah, so I was showing that the spring is easy to press a load on, and I don't need a special tool, so I can start assembling this thing. Ta-da! And this thing is assembled.
1 week later.
Alright, so it's been over a week, actually 2 weeks, since I was doing all the work and my battery died on the phone. So all the things that I did off camera, it just said that I tried to fit the strut back in, but as you can see, it's not back in its place. So I failed a little bit. And as you can see, it's already snowed, and my goal was to move this car out of here before the first snowfall, which I also failed. So today I have a little bit of a sketchy plan how to make this car go into the garage, because to continue any work over here, it's going to be challenging, and well, I don't have a lot of room from underneath to reach some of the bolts that I need. And it would be better if the car was in the garage. So what I came up with is really sketchy, but it will work. I have a belief in it. So I have this piece of wood, and that piece of wood is actually about the same length as the whole strut. So what I'm gonna do is use the old strut, which I have over here. I'm gonna chop off the end of it. This is the old strut. This section is still straight, so I'm gonna chop off the end of it, bolt it to here, put it inside the knuckle, and put it against the where the strut's supposed to bolt into the frame. And I will unbolt the steering rack, and we would need to kick the tire to make it turn, which is a sketchy way of doing it. But that's the only way I came up with that I can move this car out of this position into the garage, which I already prepared and cleaned since everything is now moved inside the shed. So let's get started on that part. Okay, so here I have my angle grinder and the X-Covet safety stuff it will do for this part. Okay, let's get going. A lot of stuff. Okay. Alright, so here is my makeshift strut with the end cup that's gonna go right into the knuckle and the top into that piece. But before I can proceed with that, first we obviously need to take the new strut out of it. It only held up from the top with one bolt, and I need to remove the steering tie rod, because that one is well, it's bent, so yeah, the car will not. This is when the steering is straight. This is how far left it turns because of it. So it's a 21 millimeter. So I'll try to undo it and pop it out, and then I'm gonna put this thing in. Probably weird if I did it in the wrong way. Yep, I did it right. I was tightening it instead of loosening it. I have a special tool for this, but I'm too lazy to look for it and then set it up and all that. Ta-da! Yes. This is how it's supposed to be. Oh. Well, it's weird because it's okay. So this is supposed to be straight like this, but instead it's twisted over here. I can probably take it out, heat it up and straighten it out, but I'm still gonna need it because the Golf R suspension is different than the other suspension. Okay, now let's proceed with the other stuff. Moment of truth. If it's gonna fit, but first I need to get some lubrication going over here because this part has to turn. So some of this grease right on the inside. Not too much, just enough. Yeah. Okay. So it fits there. How would I do it? Should I cut it? Should I do it like that? Maybe I should cut just a little bit of this. It will go in easier. Well, let's see if I can step on it. Okay, it might go in. Okay. Well, right now, actually, if I can, I'm gonna put the wheel and lower it down, and it's supposed to compress itself. Well, here's problema uno. The car sits too high. Too low, not too high. Maybe it's right gonna. Wish me luck, this is the important moment. Is it gonna work or not? Let's see. Oh, black. Not good. Well, it failed. All this work has failed because now if you come from this side, it didn't work because it was pushing this way. Oh well. You still want to try it? I have nothing else to lose. Let me see. I'll hammer it a little bit back. I want to move the car and I cannot move it without, like I cannot fix it here, so let's see. Yeah, it's all going. Not cool, bro, not cool. Okay, so after some fighting with the strut for quite some time, I was able to, well, with the help of my cameraman, I was able to put the strut in. I'm just going to tighten these two bolts, two of which I stole from that side. So hopefully that will not fail me, but yes, 13, yes. I'm going to tighten these two nuts. you have the. It was a pain in the butt to do this job, and if I would do it by myself, I would not be able to do it. So essentially, what we had to do is undid this bolt, pull this whole thing out, put the strap from the top, and pushed it over this edge, over this lip, inside here, tightened it. Then we removed the ball joint on the bottom, so that we can stick the axle back in. Yeah, I don't think this is how the manual says we should do it, but you know, fixed is fixed. Who cares? Okay. So now it's going to be the fun part to put the tire in. We're going to lift it a little bit. I am not putting the tire rod back because it won't allow me to drive. But I'm going to put the tire on, and then I'm going to drive, and then I'm going to set up the camera on the tripod. And I think this is something you have to see, because my cameraman is going to be kicking the tire in the direction which I'm going to be turning. It's going to be fun, I guess. For the first time in 3 months. Yeah. Finally. Let's get the keys started up, move some cars around, and put it in the garage. So the goal for today's video was to bring this car in the garage. I did it, not in the way I was planning originally, to fix the whole suspension corner. But still, the car is in, in the next video, it's gonna be a little bit different. In a short story, I bought another car. So if you wanna see what kind of car that is, stay tuned, subscribe, comment what you think of this project, of this car. And I'll see you next time with another car. So, bye!